Okay, in this video we are going to learn divisibility rule for the small numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and we'll also learn like if we have a big number, let's say 24, can a big number be divided by that number or not. So although I don't know how far we can go, but I'll give some example for some big numbers. So let's start with if we are given some number, can we say this number can be divided by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12. So start with 2. So if you are given any number, what you have to do, you have to look at the unit place of that number. If the unit place is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, any of these digits, if it's at the unit place of that number, then that number can be divided by 2. So let's say 42. 42 can be divided by 2. It's 21. Then 40, it can be divided by 2, which is 20. And 64, that can be also divided by 2, is 32. And what about 8? 66 divided by 2, which will be 33. And then another number 58 divided by 2 will be 29. So any number that will have one of these 5 digits at the unit place means this one. This is called unit place. This is unit place. So if you see here, one of these digits at the unit place, you are sure that that number can be divided by 2. So this is the rule to check if a number can be divided by 2 or not. Now what about 3? For 3, what you have to do, you have to sum the digits in the given number. And if that sum is divisible by 3, then you are sure that that number can be divided by 3. So let's say one example, 1, 2, 6. So can this number be divided by 3? Let's take the sum of all 3 digits. 6 plus 2, 8, plus 1, 9. And 9 can be divided by 3. 9 divided by 3, 3. So you are sure that this 126 can be divided by 3, which is 4 and 2, 42. So it's very simple. Just take the sum. Let's say you have big number 5, 8, 1. If I ask you, can this number be divided by 3? Okay, it's a big number. You start dividing and it will take several minutes. But what is the shortcut? Just take the sum of these digits. 5, 8, 13. 13 plus 7, 20 plus 1, 21. And since 21 can be divided by 3, so this whole number can be divided by 3. So let's see here. 3, 1, 2, 8, 9, 1, 15, 2, 1. So this can be divided, and you saw 1957 is the answer. So for 3 you have to take the sum of digits. What about 4? For 4, what you have to do, you have to look at the last 2 digits in the given number. So let's say if I ask you 128, can you divide it by 4? So you don't have to worry about any, let's say not 128, let's 5128. So you don't have to worry about these guys, 51. Just look at the last 2 digits, 2 and 8. Can you divide 28 by 4? Yes, which is like 28 divided by 4 is 7. So you are sure that you can divide this 5128 by 4. So 4 to check any number if it can be divided by 4 or not, what you do? Check the last two digits. Check the last. Instead of saying last, because some people start from this side. So say check the digits at unit place and tenth place. Unit and tenth place. So if that can be divided by 4, you are sure that you can divide that number by 4. Now let's move to 5. 5 is very simple. You have to look at the unit place again. The unit place should have 0 or 5. If it has 0 or 5, you are sure that that number can be divided by 5. Let's take an example. So 150 or 155. So these two numbers can be divided by 5 because the unit place has 0 and 5 here. So this 5 is very easy. What about number 6? Okay. For 6, you have to check two things. Whether that number is divisible by 2 and 3. Okay. If the given number can be divided by 2 and 3, then you are sure that that number can also be divided by 6. Let's take an example. 228. Okay. So you learned that to find if a number is divisible by 2 or not, you have to check the unit place number. So here 8 is at the unit place. So it means it's divisible by 2. So this number can be divided by 2. What about 3? Take the sum. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. So 12 can be divided by 3. So it means 228 can be divided by 6. So it's simple. You are given a number, find if that number can be divided by 2 and 3. If that number can be divided by 2 and 3, it means that number can be divided by 6 too. Okay, now moving to 8. So there are two ways to find if a number can be divided by 8 or not. One is the way we found the divisibility rule of 6, apply the same thing here. If that number can be divided by both 2 and 4, that number, both 2 and 4, it means the same number can be divided by 8 also. Another way is check the last 3 digits. So what you have to look at the digits at unit place, 10th place and 100th place. Okay. So 3 digits you have to check. So let's take an example. 628. It's already 3-digit number. So I will try with 2 and 4. So this number, okay, 528. Let's take 528. So this number can be divided by 2 because the unit place digit is 8. And what about 4? I have to check the last 2 digits. So 28 can be divided by 4. So it means 528 can be divided by 4 also. So 528 can be divided by 2 and 4. That's why it can also be divided by 8. Now let's try. Can we divide by this guy with 8? Yeah, 66. So another way, again, if you have to look at the last three digits you have to divide. So best approach is try to find if that number, given number, is divisible by 2 and 4. If it can be divided by both 2 and 4, you are sure that the same number can be divided by 8. Now what about 9? 9. Okay, 9 is same as 3. You have to take the sum of digits. If the sum of digits in the given number can be divided by 9, it means the whole number can be divided by 9. Let's take an example. 9 to 7. So take the sum of these digits. 2 plus 7, 9 plus 9, 18. Okay, so 18 can be divided by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So this whole number can also be divided by 9. Let's try it. So this is 103. So 3 and 9 are same. You have to take the sum and check whether it can be divided by 3 or 9. If you have to find whether the number can be divided by 3 or 9. So very simple. Take the sum of all the digits, and if that sum is divisible by 9, then the given number will also be divisible by 9. And the most easiest thing, how to find if a number is divisible by 10 or not. Just look at the unit place. 0. If the number has 0 at the unit place, you are sure that it can be divided by 10. Take any number, 900, 990, and try to divide by 10. So yeah, 90, and here 99. So it's very simple to find if a number can be divided by 10 or not. You just look at the unit place. If unit place has 0, it means number can be divided by 10. What about 11? Okay. So for 11, you have to take the sum of digits at odd places and the sum of digits at the even places, and then take their difference. And if the difference can be divided by 11, then that number is divisible by 11. So sum of digits at even place minus sum of digits at odd places. So let's take an example. 121. So what is the sum of digits at the even places? Even places are this thing. Start from the right side. Okay. So 2 is at the even place, and there is no another number. So 2 and these two numbers 1 and 1 are at the odd places. 1 place 1 place 3. So 1 plus 1, 2. What is the difference of 2 and 2? Is 0. 0 can be divided by 11. 0 divided by 11 equals to 0. So this number, given number 121, can also be divided by 11. Let's take another example. 858. Okay. So again, I will start from this side. The number at the odd places 8 and 8, 1 and 3. So 8 plus 8 is 16. And number at even places, there is just one number. So 5, and take the difference. 16 minus 5, 11. 11 can be divided by 11. So this whole number can be divided by 11. Let's try it. 858 divided by 11. Okay, 78. So it's simple. You have to take the sum of the digits at the even places and sum of the digits at odd places. So here I have written like even places minus odd places, but whichever is bigger number, subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. Let's say if the sum of digits at the even place is bigger than sum of digits at the odd place, then you take the difference between these and these. If the sum of digits at the odd place is bigger than sum of digits at the even place, then you will subtract this one from this one. So basically, whichever sum is bigger, try to subtract the smaller from the bigger number. And if that difference is divisible by 11, you know that the given number is divisible by 11. And what about 12? 12 is same what we did for 8 and 6. Just try to find out if the number can be divided by 3 and 4. If that number can be divided by both 3 and 4, it means the number is divisible by 12. Let's try one example. 156. Okay, 156 can it be divided by so 3, 5, 1, 6 plus 6, 12. Okay, sum is 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so this number is divisible by 3. Okay, what about 4? We have to check the last two digits. So 56 can be divided by 4. So this whole number 156 can be divided by 3. So it means 156 can be divided by both 3 and 5. If it can be divided by both 3 and 4, it means you can divide 156 by 12. So let's try it. 12 times 1, 12, 3, 6, 30. So it's simple. You have to find if the given number can be divided